What's up, folks? So I wake up in here, right? I wake up and I tend to lay in bed for up to an hour sometimes. Just laying there thinking. I'm not dazed, I'm not groggy, I'm not like trying to get out of bed. It's just I don't move and I think. And I guess it's kind of like meditating. This morning, sorry to get so close. This morning, I was thinking about a situation with my company in Missouri. And then for some reason, I started thinking about this We Are Me Too. I don't know if you've seen any of their videos, their Facebook posts. I only know them through Facebook. I don't even know if they have a website. But We Are Me Too, they post these funny videos about Latino culture and stuff. And they're right on the money, so they're so accurate, they're so truthful. There we go again with the truth. They're so accurate and true that their popularity has gone crazy, right? It's great. They're doing a great job. When you from a marketing perspective, you look at it, oh, it's like wow. But their content is hilarious. And every now and then they kind of tackle a serious subject. Depending on what you call serious, but so one of the things they talked about in a video was the word Latinx, which would be the replacement of Latino, the replacement of Latina. Instead of the vowel at the end, they put an X, right? So my immediate response is, what the fuck is this, right? So here's the reason for it. Spanish is a very masculine, dominant, or very sexist, however you want to refer to it, language. So if you had, let's take for example, you had a room full of Latin women, they would be called Latinas, right? Room full of Latin women, they would be called Latinas. If one man was to show up in that room, then they would have to be referred to as Latinos. I get it. Everything, everything is masculine or feminine in Spanish. But if there's mixed, it's defaulted to the masculine. And times are changing, and I know, and then some don't fall in a category, so I understand it. In every kind of like rebuttal I had, this woman in the video had already anticipated it and had a rebuttal for it. So she proved her point. She proved it to me, right? And even though I was like, what the are you? I'm gonna try to say this. I could see her point of view. I respected her point of view. I respected all the rebuttals to the same arguments I had. I respected them, and she was right, and they were accurate, and that's it, right? But here's the thing. I'm not going to use the word Latinx because it sounds weird to say even right now, right? It's just, I don't know. It's a change that I don't want to make. And so I'm lying here. First of all, what I'm doing here is relaying to the thoughts that were going through my head this morning. I don't know. This big political stuff I don't know anything about. I just have my opinion, and I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything else. What's wrong or what's right, I don't know. But here's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, I get that we have to maybe start using this term or introduce it to people, but why are we so sensitive? Why do we have to be so scared to offend people? And then boom, like a light bulb went off. And then I was like, what the fuck? Because I realized that I sounded like a Trump supporter. I feel like I realized that I sounded like a conservative redneck dick. It's all, what do we, wish we didn't have to deal with all this political correctness. Why can't things just be like they were? I was thinking that way, and I caught myself, and I was like, man, why did I just think that? Or why are my thoughts that way? And I realized that sometimes people don't like change. Sometimes people don't like the unfamiliar. Sometimes people don't like what feels uncomfortable. I don't like saying the word Latinx. It's weird. It sounds weird. It doesn't roll off. It's hard. It takes effort to add an X, right? So my thoughts were that, oh, that's paper. My thoughts were, if I'm sounding like a Trump supporter, something is wrong. I'm doing something wrong. And I kind of want to figure out what it is I'm doing. And I realized that it's a choice. I always say everybody can act however the fuck they want to act, behave however they want to behave. They don't need permission. If you want to be a dick, you can be a dick. It's up to you. One of the things that but it's okay to tell people or educate them or learn. Right? So for me, I did not fix that mirror. Boop. I pushed this mirror in last night. There you go. Buddy, lay down. Here we go. Lay down. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that, but I had to make sure I don't crash into something. So it's an option. I don't have to say Latinx. I don't have to be politically correct. And it is okay for people to say that something offends them and that they don't like something or they don't like to be treated a certain way. It's okay for you to tell somebody, I don't like it when you use my face as a punching bag. You know, it's okay to tell people, I don't like it when you force your sexual conduct on me. It's okay to tell people that. I swear to God, come here, come here. Come here. Sit down. This fool. I just gotta sit here. I'll pet him a little bit. You don't have to do, or people don't have to do the things that other people tell them to do, but they can take it in consideration. Right? And they can choose whether to be a dick or not. There's nothing wrong with informing people, right? And that's what this video did. was informed me of this new term, Latinx. And it's up to me whether I choose to use it or not. Just like it's up to me whether I choose to use African American or black. Uh, and I use black. Uh, I grew up in a black neighborhood. I had black friends. My best friend was Mexican. I'm not gonna say my best friend was black because he wasn't, but he was Mexican. But you know, all through elementary school, I was surrounded by black people and black culture, and yeah, I watched Good Times, man. And somewhere later in my life, we were told to start using African American, and it never made sense to me. First of all, black has one syllable. African American, I don't know. So I chose to continue to use the word black. Incidentally, black is a race, right? White is a race, Asian is a race. So it's not inaccurate to say that. If you say African American, you are combining two, like a continent, like two cultures, a continent and a country, right? And they may not be accurate. Now I'm in favor of the word, and I like the word Mexican American, right? That's different. That's not mixing a race. That's not classifying, because you can be Mexican American and be of any of the races, right? Those are two different, you could say, ethnicities. They're two different cultures. They're two different countries. So when I'm taking the ethnicity of Mexican with the culture or ethnicity of being an American, a U.S. citizen, and you're combining those two. When you're saying African American, that's not the same as black, because you can be black and be from Rio de Janeiro. You can be black and be from Cuba, right? So I choose to do that, and that's my point. If I want to be sensitive to somebody, I can. If I don't want to, I can't. If I don't think it's insensitive, I can continue to use whatever words I want to. There's nothing wrong with political correctness, is what I'm trying to say, because it's an option for you whether you want to be politically correct or not. It's your option. It's everybody's option. If you want to go to North St. Louis and use the N-word, it's your option. You don't like being politically correct? That's my challenge to you. Southside Chicago, go start calling people the N-word. But you won't do it. Why not? Because you're making a choice not to offend people. You may use a word when there ain't no black people around, right? You may use racist terms when that race isn't around. That's your option. And, who does it damage? I don't know. But my point, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that for a second I felt like we're being too politically correct, and I think that was wrong of me to think that. Or inaccurate. There's nothing wrong with informing people about what offends them or what they don't like. It's your choice. You can do and say and act and behave however you want. You don't need anybody's permission. Basically, it's your option to be kind. Kindness is an option. And that's it. Alright? I'm gonna take this fool to go get some gluten-free cookies. But for me, he's not getting any. Alright? Get all excited. Anyways, folks, that's it. I should give you a call to action like, hey, don't forget to do this, but whatever. Have a good day.